Anyways, hi. We're back for the third episode. Part 3. We're back for part 3. Anyways, let's go into character. Anyways, swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat because she was just exposed about her manga collection. Don't worry, guys. Tyler always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. Dude. And you almost set your house on fire once. Just expose! Is that so? Like... You two are really good friends, aren't you? Wink. I might be a little jealous. Yuri trying to hop on me. How come? You and Tyler can become good friends too. Sorry? As usual, Sayori seems obvious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind! Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So I need to bring you the present surprise. Is that so? I don't want to make a deal about it, but I want to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into a big bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so I should keep your attention. It should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, hit it off, discuss it if you wanted. This is how it is. A girl, she even picked out a book. Oh, she even picked out a book she thinks that I'll like, despite me not reading, because I'm illiterate. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically took the book. Can you believe? Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Mona to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a really cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in her book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for the chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet that's over there. Probably. I don't know. Probably. I hope. Anyways. Wow, it's only been 3 minutes. Okay. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the corner of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. Oh, the music's changed. ... But she only makes But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was just focused. Then I probably wouldn't have even noticed it the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit, so that's a book that you gave me, right? Yeah. I wanted to reread it, some of it, like I said before. Not for any particular reason or anything. Just curious of how come you have 2 copies of the same book, huh? Well, when I stopped at this bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, oh jeez, oh damn. happened to buy 2 of them. Whoops! I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Never. I'll start reading it never. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't actually give it anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost young sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships in her life. It starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out from nowhere. Yeah, it's really dark and relatable. Exactly my life. I wrote the book. I freaking wrote the book. It's my book. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Tyler? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, but don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's into creepypasta. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, man, they just challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Can you believe you're telling the whole plot of Spider-Man? I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, hey, don't apologize, girl. Just chill. I haven't lost interest or in anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's the literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. I fucking messed it up again, Yuri. God damn it. Let me just get to the book. Leave me alone. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright? It's fine is it fine? Alright, it's fine if I sit here. Right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up something. Oh, alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not really actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks as if she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I bought 2 books, but I wanted to read from yours because it looked better. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. Here's the Here, this should work, right? I slid my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the 2 of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Put your arm around her. Okay. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Finally, a new scene! Jesus Christ! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. You don't read! That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me, as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. She's looking at me. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over to Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'd be able to keep up with her. That's okay. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? Roasted. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, sure. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it at my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an immediate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent. They're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Tyler, that's probably a terrible thing I have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, what? I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know if you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant more as kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? What are you saying? I spit on my computer. Okay, everyone! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from her finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing the close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know. That's good reasoning. In that case, I feel free to finish the 2 chapters in your own time. All right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. This is me. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with on the next episode, because I'm out of time. So we're gonna do some reading. We're gonna do some sharing next time.